Hi there, Jen Gilchrist with another weekly Oracle card reading for the week of April 15th through 21st. All right, we're using the Healing Waters Oracle deck by Rebecca Campbell. And here is the messages for this week. My intention is really to support those of you who feel called to watch. I typically work with highly sensitive, intuitive, empathic people who have gone through a level of spiritual awakening to move through their fears, cultivate their intuitive and psychic gifts, and align with their higher soul's purpose. And definitely a lot of star seeds. Definitely a lot of star seeds. Okay, so let's see. Cleansing, releasing the old, energetic tune-up, new beginnings. So we've been on this theme, right? We're just working through this retrograde period and all the eclipse energy. And this is just such a powerful catalyst and opportunity of transformation, new chapters, new beginnings in whatever area has been showing up for you. That is really where your soul's calling you to investigate the deeper work. And for some of you, I think it could also be a validation. I feel like a lot of you, have been moving through a lot of the energy and are very clear on the areas and topics that's lighting up for you. Most likely, usually the eclipses are not subtle, right? And then we have this retrograde energy. There's a lot of reflective, intuitive energy happening. Unless we're just avoiding and numbing altogether, we will probably be very clear about what area things are the most tumultuous. And that's the area that we want to kind of dig into and tune into and shift and continue to purify and cleanse, right? So making time for meditation. Are you being guided? This has been a huge theme and within my inner community, because I also teach a lot of group programs and things, in my membership group. There is a lot going on around detoxifying the body, purging. I know myself personally have been being guided to shift my eating, shift the type of makeup and skincare. Like we're all going to be different. So what I'm feeling called to do may not be exactly what you're being called to do, but there is a level of purification and detoxification on a physical level as well, so that we can embrace and embody the higher energies of just the evolution of the crystalline energy from the earth, from our own body and being as we're evolving and moving through our ascension journey on a larger scale. But then also definitely that's an aspect of of being able to integrate the opportunity of transformation that is here for us in order to really calibrate into that next level new beginning at a higher frequency, which will allow us to manifest things more easily and quickly, right? Drinking lots of water. Seems like I can't get enough water lately. I've been loving this water with the charged crystals. I don't think they're, I love this particular company has been working really well for me, right? They may or may not be made equally. I don't know, but I've been digging it big time. So, whatever you're feeling called to do, it might just be drinking more water. It might be eating less processed food. For me, it's also being guided way more towards the plant-based eating, right? Am I perfect? No, but am I working on it? And is it been easier than I thought? Yeah, because my body's like wanting it, right? Needing it. So we have to get out of our mental body and our mind. Sometimes when we hold ourselves into old patterns or beliefs or ways of being, things being hard, or just the way that we are, sometimes it's hard to let go. But I feel like there is a massive purge happening, right? In terms of habits or maybe what you're ingesting into your body, on whatever level that might be for you, right? So just tune in and ask, what can you do to purify more fully? Because this is still saying cleansing and energetic tune-up. And really, when we're releasing the old, it really allows space for the new to manifest. So sometimes we have to actually purge the body systems is like the next level, the final integration. So now it's like the new normal, and we start to really see and experience fast manifestation of the things that we've been working on for a long time. So I do think this is also a very solid card of validation, really recalibration. And I'm also just seeing that pillar of light, that really brightening and amplifying your energy, because then you're more magnetic. You're connected to your intuition. So you're tripping over your intuitive guidance is now taking the lead, right? Which is what we want, our higher self guiding the show, not our ego and fears. We're always going to kind of be needing to be the watcher sometimes, but I feel like more and more and more, it's like you are just integrated into that field. Another thing is then you're attracting more clearly, more loudly, I should say, your energy field, when it's brightened up, people can see the places, people, things, and opportunity, comes to you. There's more synchronicity, more miracles manifesting, because that's really how we're meant to be living. And it gets easier the higher we raise our frequency, right? The more we integrate our spiritual energy and our higher self energy into our physical body and being. And part of that is we have to have our vessel equipped to be able to actually embody it, right? So we've been doing a lot of internal, like detoxification has been the theme, big time. So, okay, Atlantis. Ooh, and I feel like last week I felt Lemuria, right? It's kind of like, ooh, we're bringing all that energy forward too. So you might be getting, either memories, past life memories, other lifetimes, I should say, right? Or even just like integrating your spiritual gifts from those lifetimes. But regardless, I think the broader collective message is embodying heaven on earth, having, becoming the new normal of accessing our spiritual gifts in our physical body like we did in those times. It could be also addressing fears that we had around our power and our gifts from those lifetimes, right? So there's many different things for each person, but let me read the card. Keep the big vision, stay in alignment as you grow. So this is cleansing, releasing, energetic tune-up, new beginnings, and then keep going, hold the vision, big vision, stay in alignment, right? I mean, so this is like, I have a lot of decks out here, and so that's very clear, right? Which is perfect for the other side of the energy we've just come through. The Well Maidens, kindness, respect, reverence, and compassion. I feel like compassion and reverence for yourself as well during this process. Sometimes we can be so hard on ourselves, judging or critical, or, oh, why didn't I, it's like we can be very difficult, like very hard or self-punishing sometimes, but then also on others, what we put out is what we get back. Often when we're judging, another person, then there's a level of internal criticism or judgment that we actually have within us that we haven't dealt with, which is why we're seeing that, you know what I mean? Oftentimes. So it's not to say that we have to agree with everything in the world. We can have our preferences and our opinions. We can really have a strong value and stand for something, but we still need to work through our own charges of judgment and division around whatever topic that might be, so that we can be the light, so that we can actually empower and be the supportive light to help make the change, instead of be a part of that competitive division, judgment, right, wrong, black and white energy. Not going to work, right? Whether it's between you and yourself or you and others, right? We just want to be aware of that. For some reason that's populating. So kindness, respect, reverence, and compassion. It feels like it is dissolving a level of judgment, whether it's between you and you, right? Your human self, your higher self, or you and your body, or you and others, or you and the collective energy at large, right? Because we've been going through a lot, right? There's a lot to look at that's contrast, but that contrast is serving us. And as light workers and starseeds, those of you here in my community we're evolving things forward. So we want to anchor into that light. We want to anchor and shine our pillar of light. And to do that, we have to be in the energy of that purity of divine love. And it doesn't mean to be a pushover. It just means that we don't want to drop the vibration into judgment, into competition, into aggression, because if we're feeling that, it's actually a great indicator for you to recognize, oh, why am I feeling that? Oh, let me work on that solar plexus energy that's out of whack, right? Because I think Atlantis too, for a lot of people, lights up this energy of where there's a power struggle, or giving away your power, or having an issue with the energy of the idea of power or control or power over, right? That dynamic that we are evolving through, right? The old patriarchal kind of way is not going to work moving forward, right? So that is a great message. I hope that is supportive for you. I would love to invite you, if you haven't already, to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because in YouTube, you actually have to do that in order to be notified. I also have a new playlist, which is where I'm doing channeled collective messages for starseeds and light workers, which is live verbal channeling with some collective light beings. There's a few different not one specific, there's a couple that I work with that have been coming through to really share messages. Some of them are just short inspiration. They've been really powerful, but short and to the point, that has been resonating for people. And I feel like there's more things that are going to be continuing evolving in that particular playlist and on my channel in general. So click that bell, hit share with your community if you think that's valuable. You can also put a comment. I'd love to hear how this was for you. And I feel called to also put in the free gift of connecting with your spirit guides. So if you're new to spirit guides, or even if you are, because I feel like people are really, there's other spirit team out there that maybe you are not working with, or maybe you want to communicate more clearly with. So this is a free guided meditation and activation to meet your spirit guide. And sometimes that can be used for your first time, right? Connecting with your angels or guides. And it can also be to help you invite in, maybe there's a spirit guide, I feel like for some of you, that is newer, right? And that you'd like to create a closer connection with. Because every time we go through when we go through big shifts like we have been, and a lot of people being called into through their dark night of the soul, into their alignment with their higher soul's purpose that their spirit was born to experience and to lead in terms of a level, especially of collective transformation on some level, in some form or fashion, whether that's through books, writing, speaking, teaching, healing, and even in mainstream positions, which we really need, right? In our governments and our school systems. We have spirit team that are here for every little chapter and segment, sometimes for a season and a reason. And I feel like that, we're definitely moving into a new season. So I feel very called to mention that because yeah, you've got a spirit team. I actually have a new collective I've been working with as well in the channeled series more recently. So yeah, exciting times. I look forward to talking with you again soon. Bye for now.